Well. History always repeats itself, doesn't it? I made this video with the exact same title, the exact same thumbnail besides the picture, 1 month ago. And it was about Ja'Corey Brooks. And it did pretty well. And a lot of people hated on that video because they thought I was wrong. But I'm not saying this is confirmed yet, but the Washington Commanders may have a good wide receiver on their hands this training camp, this offseason. It's an undrafted free agent, Ja'Corey Brooks. We're going to talk about him today. Make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button on the road to 2,000. I cannot do it without you. Hit that notification bell as well. Ja'Corey Brooks had 2 touchdowns today and was with the starting unit. Now, granted, there was no Terry McLaurin, and Ja'Corey Brooks is an outside receiver. So, that does kind of clear it up a little bit. Maybe he wouldn't have been starting with the starting unit if Terry McLaurin was there. And I'm not saying Ja'Corey Brooks will be with the starting unit tomorrow or every day of training camp, but he was on the first day of training camp. Ja'Corey Brooks, he made a nice inside move, and he actually made Marshon Lattimore fall on a route and scored a touchdown. He also scored on Ben Nickel. I'm not sure where Ben Nickel is, but Ja'Corey Brooks did score on Ben Nickel. From that pass was from Marcus Mariota. But the first one with the nice inside move against Marshon Lattimore to make Marshon Lattimore fall, that pass was from Jaden Daniels. So history always repeats itself. He did great in rookie minicamp. He did great in mandatory minicamp. He did great in every part of the offseason. And I tried to warn you that this guy was going to be a factor before it was over. I'm not saying he's going to make the roster, but I'm saying there's a good chance. And I'm saying that with Noah Brown being, partially injured and him having to, take things slower. That's what Dan Quinn reported this morning. He's going to have to take things slower. He's not fully 100%. And with Terry McLaurin holding out, this gives a big opportunity for Ja'Corey Brooks. And this is the best possible situation for him. I talked about it earlier. Like I said, I made this video 1 month ago that Ja'Corey Brooks, they may have a secret weapon on their hands. I love what Ja'Corey Brooks did at Alabama. I love what Ja'Corey Brooks did last year at Louisville. He is a vertical threat, and we don't have anyone that's a vertical threat besides Terry McLaurin. We don't have anyone with Ja'Corey Brooks' speed besides, Jalen Lane and Terry McLaurin and maybe Deebo Samuel. Actually, yeah, so that's wrong. We do have other people with Ja'Corey Brooks' speed. He ran a 4.6. The reason that Ja'Corey Brooks didn't get drafted was because of that 4.6 that he ran, and his RAS score sucks. But if you move past that, he's had a great offseason. Dan Quinn, they obviously love him. He caught 2 touchdown passes today in practice. And everybody said, wait till they get to training camp. Why are you talking about him now? Why is this a thing before training camp? Why are you talking about him in OTAs? And it's like, we're here. We're at training camp. Now, we're not in pads, but we're at training camp. So what are you going to say now? Besides, we're not in pads. What are you going to say now? Ja'Corey Brooks, you got to stop denying it. He could be the real deal. He could be a good wide receiver in this league. Now, he worked with Tyler Shuck last year. I mean, it's just, it's like he put up over 1,000 yards last year. He worked with Tyler Shuck. I mean, it's not really a great quarterback to be working with. And he did get drafted 40th overall, but he kind of got lucky from the Saints, right? He got drafted before Shedeur Sanders, so that'll tell you something. But Ja'Corey Brooks could be the real deal. He's been showing out every part of the offseason. He seems to continue to show out during training camp. He had 2 touchdowns. He's an undrafted free agent. And granted, every year we have the undrafted free agent that we talk about. Every year. But last year we talked about Tyler Owens. And he was the undrafted free agent. And, I mean, he made the roster. And Tyler Owens was also one of the guys that was with the starting team today. But he probably won't. He's not going to sustain that because they're probably just putting people out there. They do have to figure the safety position out. But all I'm saying is watch Ja'Corey Brooks. I told you guys a month ago that he could be something that you need to watch, some player that you need to watch. and he had 2 touchdowns today. So, Jaden Daniels, also something that we saw earlier was, he was catching passes from Jaden Daniels early in the offseason as an undrafted free agent. And that's just not really heard of. So I'm on to something here because it's an unusual case. It's something that you don't really see that much. So you need to watch him. He had 1,000 yards, as a college wide receiver last year. He went to Alabama. He had a clutch game at Alabama versus Auburn to win the game. He got a touchdown. This is a guy you need to watch. He could very easily be a guy that makes this roster, but he could also very easily not make the roster. All I'm saying is they could let him make the roster potentially. And with Terry McLaurin holding out, again, it really helps that Terry McLaurin's holding out. It really helps that Noah Brown's injured, but this could be planned for Ja'Corey Brooks' future. Like, this could be all planned out for Ja'Corey Brooks, that somehow Terry McLaurin was going to hold out this year. Somehow Noah Brown was going to be injured before. And this could be the plan for Ja'Corey Brooks, that he gets this chance, he shows out, and they let him make the roster. He could make it over a guy like KJ Osborne. He could make it over a guy like Michael Gallup. He could do that. It's not unheard of, right? Those guys are veterans, but this is a guy that is going to be younger, faster, probably stronger. And he's going to be more active than these guys, faster than these guys. So I think Ja'Corey Brooks has a real shot this year. I think you need to continue to watch him throughout this process. Now, we could hear nothing about Ja'Corey Brooks for the rest of training camp, right? When we put the pads on, Ja'Corey Brooks could be nothing. But for right now, he looks really good. He looks really good. And I really wanted to come back, and make this video again, because I told you a month ago that he could be the real deal. So, it might not be the biggest thing we have going on right now, but Ja'Corey Brooks may be the next secret weapon for the Washington Commanders. You need to keep your eye on Ja'Corey Brooks this whole training camp and through these joint practices. He's going to have to show something in the preseason games too. He was one of my guys that I really heavily considered putting. When I was talking with Juan the other day, Juan said his favorite UDFA was Ja'Corey. And we also said that, we were excited to watch him in the preseason. And so that was something that, both of us, it occurred to us that he could actually make this roster. So it's definitely not likely that a UDFA makes the roster, but he's showing out so far. And again, he does have that experience at Alabama. He did go to good colleges. Right after the draft, the Commanders were like, we're going to pick you up. So there was something to be said there. Somebody else was going to pick him up, and it looked like it worked out for the Washington Commanders. Apparently, it did. That's going to do it for me. You guys have a great one. Training camp day 2 on the horizon, 9 a.m. practice. Of course, I will cover that again tomorrow. I put up my post review from training camp today. Go watch that. That's going to do it for me right now, though. Hail to the Washington Commanders. Peace.